I have 12:30 on my watch at this point. My name's Dan Carney. I again have the privilege of presiding over this meeting of the Board of Trustees of Weatherford College. Thursday, November the 14th, 2024, 12:30 p.m. in the community room in the Emerging Technologies and Workforce Building, 225 College Park Drive, Weatherford, Texas, to consider and act upon a posted agenda. The trustees participating in today's deliberations will be Vice Chairman Doug Dowd, longtime Secretary Leila Morris, Dr. Robert Marlette, G.B. Bailey, Judy McAnally, and our newest trustee, Mary Beth Denny, our friend and colleague. I do call this meeting to order, and Mr. Baker, would you provide us with an invocation?
Happy to. Thank you. Please bow with me. God, we're thankful to you for so many things today. We're thankful to you for this season of Thanksgiving, for the beautiful weather you brought us, for the rain you brought us recently. And today we're especially thankful for the students that you bring us, and especially these outstanding students that are with us in the room today. Please be with our board as they deliberate. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please stand if you're able, and I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Worley, item number 2 on the agenda appears to be public comment for anyone who's signed up to do so. No one has signed up to speak today. Thank you very much, Ms. Worley. Before we plunge into the formal part of the agenda, I want to make a point of personal privilege. Weatherford College held the Donor Appreciation Dinner last week on November the 7th. Several of the trustees were in attendance at that event. That was one of the more enjoyable, enlightening, neatest events that I've been a part of. It was, and I'm addressing you largely, Mr. Baker, because you did such a tremendous job of emceeing that festivity, but just to make the point for the record, to have all of those donors who have literally contributed millions of dollars to this institution sitting at the same table with the persons who have received those scholarships and have that observe and watch that interaction and those discussions back and forth. And then for you to have each of the, well, not each, but most of those scholarship recipients to stand and talk about for a few minutes what it meant in their lives and what they received as a result of those scholarships. And one girl talking about she was the first person in her family that had ever graduated from high school, much less go on to college. Another who came here like 3 years ago and didn't speak a word of English, and she had received a scholarship and was doing tremendously. It was an extremely rewarding, tearful experience, I'll say. Most of the ladies, some of the guys, were also filled with tears to hear these stories from these young people. You did a remarkable job. Everyone did a remarkable job putting that event together, and I encourage all the trustees, if you can attend next year. Many of you did, but if you can, it's rewarding. It's worth being there for. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it very much. We now turn to the President's report. Dr. Farmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair and members of the Weatherford College Board of Trustees, I would like to give a few brief recognitions and employee notices. Recognitions. Congratulations to our very own Weatherford College Board of Trustees Chair, Dan Carney, on being named the Outstanding Citizen of the Year at the recent Weatherford Chamber of Commerce banquet. Would you please join me? me in congratulating Chair Carney.
Thank you, Dr. Farmer. That's very nice and very unnecessary. But thank you very much.
WC Leaders recently hosted University of Texas at Arlington President Jennifer Cowley and her leadership team. It was the second time that UTA President Cowley has visited Weatherford College. The two groups collaboratively built on the existing WC Bachelor's Degree in Nursing program to UTA's Master's Degree in Nursing program transfer agreement in preparation for a massive UTA West partnership. Weatherford College also recently signed a transfer agreement with Sam Houston State University. The primary agreement will serve graduates of WC's Bachelor's Degree in Organizational Leadership program transferring to Sam Houston Master of Business Administration or MBA program. We continue to expand our students' educational opportunities. The Weatherford College volleyball team is headed to the NJCAA D1 National Volleyball Tournament for the second season in a row. The tournament will be held in Clarksville, Tennessee from November 20th through the 23rd. Go Coyotes! Employee notices. DMAC Local requires the college president to provide the names of contract employees that have resigned since the last board meeting. Seth Cook, our assistant rodeo coach, has resigned effective 10/3/24. Michelle Tuggle, an instructor of substance abuse, has resigned effective 11/1/24. Pooh Gone, a campus police officer, has resigned effective 10/8/24. Jeannie Hobbs, director of purchasing, is retiring effective 1/31/25. Lori Curtin is resigning from her workforce education position effective 10/30/24. And Deborah Terrell, our senior buyer, is retiring effective 12/31/24. We thank Seth, Michelle, Michael, Jeannie, Lori, and Deborah for their service and wish them the very best in future endeavors. Mr. Chair, that concludes the President's report.
Thank you, Dr. Farmer. Item number 4 is the consent agenda and financial reports. Items A through J that have been posted properly and for consideration here today. Is there anyone of the board members that has a question or comment or observation about any of those items? If not, do I hear a motion to approve it in its entirety? Is there a second? Second. All in favor, please raise your hand. Appears to be unanimous. Okay. One follow-up on this. I'm going to put Dean Kathy Boswell on the stand for a moment. Would you come up here so I can ask you a couple of things about this item on the Associate of Applied Science and Medical Laboratory Technology that was part of the consent agenda today? Talk about that a little bit. That caught my interest, and the statistics and the numbers that were presented with regard to that I found extremely interesting. So please go ahead.
The medical laboratory technology program is a discipline that we have looked at for several years. There's a great need in the industry for those individuals. We have a phlebotomy program, which is the first line for any lab in a hospital.
So this is the next step up from that.
So they draw the blood, and then they take it to the medical laboratory technologists who actually run machines in the lab. So they do the slides, they look at the bacteria, the blood, they do blood typing, they do all the tests and the diagnostics that from whatever specimen they bring to the lab. It's not always blood, there's other things they use. So that's what the discipline is, and there's so many job openings now. I use this is a quote from a doctor that came from the Terrell School, which is Tarleton's program. And she would come, she talked to our students, and she said, now listen, if you want to get into healthcare and you want to make some good money, but you don't like people, medical free for you.
All right.
And I would not use that as a pitch to get students, but that they really do. They work in the lab, so they don't really
Right.
travel out and draw the blood. That's a phlebotomy. So it's the next step. We are using phlebotomy as part of the pathway to get to the medical lab tech. So those in the phlebotomy program can use the courses they've taken as their first step into that program and credit for it. So.
Well, one of the things that stuck out to me about the material I read was the future demand
Oh, yeah.
for this position.
Yes.
those numbers just look crazy.
Yeah, the CEOs around the area have really been bending our ears for a couple of years about, please help us. We need help. So that's what we're doing. Thank you, Dr. Farmer. We're able to move forward on that.
Thank you, Dean. I appreciate you talking to us. The next item on the agenda, consideration and possible action, the election of Board of Directors for the Parker County Appraisal District. Mr. Baker.
Yes, sir. As you see in your packet, it is time again for the board to vote on members of the Parker County Appraisal District Board of Directors. Weatherford College has 370 votes. In past, the board has chosen to spread those votes evenly amongst those that are up. This year, there are 7 people up for 5 positions on the board.
All right, and it's your recommendation that we continue what we've done in the past in that regard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I have a motion from my vice chair with regard to that?
I'll make a motion that we consider splitting the vote evenly between the presented slate of candidates for the Board of Directors of the Parker County Appraisal District for the 2025-2026 year.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All in favor? Raise your hand, please. Appears to be unanimous. Thank you very much. Item number 6 on the posted agenda is a consideration and possible action with regard to proposals on sale of 45.682 acres of vacant land in Weatherford, Texas under RFP-01-25. Ms. Simons, you have some comment for us?
Sure. We issued an RFP for proposals for the sale of the 45.682 acres of land on the north side of West Beebe Fielder Road, part of the Carter property. 3 options were given in the RFP. Option 1 was for the entire 45.682 acres. Option 2 was 40.619 acres, which is on the corner of Beebe Fielder and Fuller Drive. Option 3 was 5.063 acres on the corner of Beebe Fielder Road and South Main Street, across from Chick-fil-A. We received 4 proposals for consideration, and they're in detail on your agenda pages. Administration is recommending that the board accept Peak Development Partners proposal in the amount of $2,250,000 for the purchase of the 5.063 acres on West Beebe Fielder Road, and authorize Dr. Farmer to negotiate, enter into, and execute all documents related to the sale. And we also recommend rejecting the 3 other proposals received at this time.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to table action on that until after we have met in closed session to deliberate real property matters. But we'll make a decision and come back with that after the closed session. But I wanted to give anyone on the board have any questions for Ms. Simons about what's being proposed here? Okay, well, we'll table that and come back to it after we have had our closed session on real property. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is President Farmer's reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As usual, you have your WCWC Academic and Student Services written update in your binders. Additionally, we have our annual Equities in Athletics update provided by Mr. Finley. And I am proud to share with you our student ambassadors. We always have a great crop of student ambassadors, but this year I truly believe that we have the best group of student ambassadors that Weatherford College has ever had. And that's a direct result of Mr. Grant Mills and his leadership and his team for selecting such a fine group of outstanding young adults that are truly representing Weatherford College well. So at this time, Mr. Mills, I will turn it over to you for your presentation.
Awesome. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to do this today. My name is Grant Mills. I am the Student Life Coordinator here at Weatherford College. I spoke to you guys about 6-7 months ago about the exciting things happening in student life. but one segue of student life is the Student Ambassador Program. So the first thing I want to do is name them. So first I'll bring up Colby Wolf, Stony, Miss Catherine, Miss Lindsay, Haley, Macy, Michael, Jackie, and then Jude. And there's two that couldn't make it today as they have to get ready for class tests today. You guys can have a seat. Awesome. This group is very special to me. I appreciate all they've done for us and the way they're representing Weatherford College, not only to their peers, but to the community on a consistent basis. I'm not going to talk much today. The goal is to let the students kind of come up and interact with you guys a little bit. If you have any questions for them, that'd be great. There's been two that have been selected to do this. But I want to give you all a few statistics and analytics on their impact that we have seen on campus and in the community, and why we value you guys' support. So our first mission statement's a little bit long, but I want to read it because it took some time to build it, but it's one that I really find true to this program. The Weatherford College Ambassador Program is dedicated to building tomorrow's leaders by fostering a community of empowered students who exemplify leadership through active peer-to-peer networking. We are committed to creating a welcoming environment that promotes growth, collaboration, and service, enabling our ambassadors to make a lasting impact on campus and beyond. Through mentorship, personal development, and meaningful engagement, we aim to inspire and support our ambassadors as they cultivate essential skills, embody integrity, and represent the values of Weatherford College with pride and purpose. This is the group photo from this year. And the program overview, if you aren't aware of their responsibilities, primarily they are the first interaction with prospective students for campus tours. They are the workforce behind some of the Weatherford College Foundation events. They're in charge of our community outreach as much as they can. And then peer-to-peer networking. You will hear peer-to-peer networking a lot today, as that is the main thing we try to teach them, is the ability to interact with their peers, their colleagues, and leave a professional connection there. So a few analytics. So in fall of 24, we had 171, this is so far by the way, we still have a month left, but in fall of 24, we hosted 171 personal campus tours. Usually a campus tour consists of 2 to 3 individuals, so we expected 513 participants during that time. 26 schools or organizations have visited our campus, estimated 1,562 participants. And then based on the data we've collected, we averaged 691 prospective students at Weatherford College each month. This number is drastically up from 2022 to 2023. As the past 2 years, our goal has been to reshape our marketing towards local high schools. Now, and I wish I had real data from 2021 to 2022, but unfortunately, we'll kind of get into why I didn't. But community and college impacts. So we are now members of the Parker County Young Business Leaders. We assist with all donor relations. Once again, peer-to-peer marketing for Weatherford College, and then strong representation throughout the community on a consistent basis. Some more photos. This about a month ago, a few weeks ago, we had the opportunity, we got to host and participate in President Farmer's invitation of the UTA and their president. And we had, if you were there, would you raise your hand who worked that event? So we have 3 in the room that worked that event, but there were 7 total. And because of, I guess, y'all's ability to succeed that day, Dr. Farmer and his team welcomed us back, and we actually had them served. And it was great to see the serving culture at Weatherford College for caring for our students across the board. So a few fun photos there. And then this fun photo, if you haven't heard yet, I'm going to brag on them. So they're not all on the softball team, but Weatherford College has a co-ed softball team that enters the City League. And we actually won the championship last week, got first place. We beat up all the local representatives, and we put Weatherford College on the map for the community organizations. And there are some of the athletes on the ambassador program. But even if they didn't play, they came to participate, they sat in the stands, and then once again, what they do so well is represent our campus across the community. So how have we evolved? So this is why I couldn't really give you stats earlier. Before 2022, everything was manual. We had manual booking reservations. There were only 12 student ambassadors, and we had to manually document all analytics and performance. And as you guys know, there's user error in any time this happens. As of 2023 to 2024, we've been able to create an online booking system. It tracks reservations, confirmations, and those who attended our campus for a visit. We now have 15 student ambassadors. Thank you to Brent and his team at the foundation. We were able to expand that number +3. We realized there was a need for that. And then professional appearance, networking skills, and servant leadership. That is the core of what we do. And then finally, we actually have an award system. We're trying to promote excellence to our students. So right now, there's only one recipient so far, and it was the first quarter. Jude, would you stand up? Jude got Ambassador of the Quarter. If we get one round of applause for Jude. And that was given to Jude. If you guys know Jude, you understand the level of professionalism and academic excellence, and he is the pinnacle of representing this campus as a student body. So what are some changes to come? And then I'll let the students come talk. First, we are trying to establish a stronger connection and collaboration with our wonderful Wise County Ambassador Program. You know, 2023, 2024 on campus was a year of innovation, change, cultivating new things, new facilities. But on the flip side, we also had the same growth in student services under Dr. T and Doug and Mr. Adam Finley. We were able to build this ambassador program as kind of a trial run. They kind of gave me the reins to see what we could do with it, and we succeeded. I would say you guys did excellent. That being said, our goal is to now take that same ambition, drive, and leadership technique and share it with our Wise County friends. They have 3 ambassadors over there. They will now participate in our trainings. They will participate here with us, and we're going to share the same leadership with them. We are also preparing a budget to fit in a golf cart for fall 2025. We realize this year there's a huge need with those with disabilities, injuries, or other medical conditions that want to see our beautiful campus. We have a lot of students who maybe their grandparents are the ones paying their way through school, and we weren't necessarily able just yet. Besides, we've had great support with PD. They have volunteered their golf carts multiple times, but we think it's time to establish a good system for our students to have access to better serve those in those conditions. We're going to increase involvement in the Weatherford Chamber events, and then once again, peer-to-peer networking. As a former graduate, and as when you talk to these students, they'll tell you that in order to get campus engagement, student life, and the Student Ambassador Initiative up, we must do it through peer-to-peer networking. A student will listen to Colby a lot better than he will Brent. And that is just the reality of it, because we have great students who are great leaders, and by example, we can cultivate this campus in that form. So our goal is to do peer-to-peer networking as much as possible. So if you don't see me, it's because they're there working the magic. So now I'm going to introduce Colby Wolf, and I actually stole this little prompt from Crystal, so good job, Crystal, in your writing here. But Colby is a third-year Weatherford College student, a first-year ambassador pursuing his bachelor's degree in organizational leadership. He credits the Student Ambassador Program with transforming his leadership abilities and career aspirations. Wolf jumped into life at Weatherford College. He had 3 great roommates at Coyote Village and is now a resident assistant for Durant Hall. He's the active president of the Student Ambassador Organization, and most recently, as of last week, he was elected as the student body president. As for his future, he is now planning to go into higher education leadership because of the leadership here at Weatherford College and what we've been able to inspire to him. And following up, I didn't get a graphic, so I'm going to go and apologize. It's going to be Miss Lindsay Greeley. So first up, Colby.
Thank you, Grant. How are y'all today?
Good.
Great. Do y'all have any questions for me or for Grant? We would love to answer that. Yeah, as y'all know, I'm Colby Wolf. I am a third year, that kind of stole what I was going to say for my introduction. But yeah, I am pursuing my bachelor degree in organizational leadership, which is a great program with Dr. Matthew. I learned so much. That pair of ambassador and organizational leadership, it's a great pair. I would first of all like to thank Brent and the foundation for this scholarship, for just providing a way to financially support us. I know a lot of other colleges and universities, they don't get paid to do an ambassador program, and so it's just it shows the generosity of Weatherford College. It really does, and we appreciated it very much. And I would like to thank the board for these kind of opportunities. First of all, I would like to share the impact that the ambassador program has had on me, and I'm sure my other ambassadors could relate. One of the main things is that we gain professionalism and accountability. And so before this program, I'm waking up late for class and not really managing things, and so being able to be an ambassador really helps shape my time management skills. Same for my professionalism, being to talk to people like you all, and just through the community events that really just shapes professionalism. And that being said, it's valuable leadership skills for 18 and 20 plus year olds. You know, I look at most people that will graduate college, and if they don't have opportunities like this to gain that professionalism and accountability, like they have to learn that in their work job. They have to learn that at the bottom level. And so, you know, I started as ambassador as a 19-year-old. I'm now 20, and most of these ambassadors are 18. And so it is extremely valuable leadership for just young adults like them and myself. And also, like Grant mentioned, countless of peer-to-peer networking. This is not only beneficial, it's very beneficial for the ambassadors, and it's very beneficial for the regular student that thinks that you know, there's nothing to do on campus, or they just go to school and go back to their dorms and have no life with college. And so the ambassadors, it's a great way to showcase that there is student life here on campus. And so a couple of things that I've been able to practice and refine as a student ambassador president. This is our first year to have to make it a club, so we can do our own, what's the word? Fundraising. Yes, do our own fundraising and just kind of build the club. And so a couple of things that I've learned as the president of the club is how to be a functional leader and how to lean on others when I fail. I think those are very important skills that I've learned in the organizational leadership program, and it's really awesome to have been able to work out that in real time with the Student Ambassador program. And so I'm able to lean on others when I fail, especially Vice President Macy Pangle. You know, majority of our ambassadors are women, and you know, I can relate to some extent, but Macy really comes in there and she steps into play in that. And so, but yeah, thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions for me, I'd love to answer them. And just thank you for creating opportunities for students. It has really changed the course of my career point. You know, I didn't know what I was going to do in college. I knew it was business, but I didn't really know. I grew up in a small dairy community in Windthorst, Texas. So the only thing I had on my resume was milking cows, and that doesn't really help you in the business world. You know, it might create a good work ethic, but I don't know anything about people skills. And so this is just such a perfect opportunity for people like me to have that. So do y'all have any questions? And if not,
Mr. Wolf, there's nothing wrong with milking cows.
No, there's not.
I grew up doing that, as a matter of fact, so there's nothing wrong. I had a great time the other night at the donor appreciation dinner. I think I talked to every one of you guys out there that night. I might have missed one, but I got to visit with Colby and about Windthorst and the dairy community and all of that. But I had a great time with these young people, talking to them. I think it's a great program. You're obviously a great example of it.
Well, thank you all so much.
Thank you, Colby.
Now, Lindsay.
He's a little bit taller than me. Okay, if you don't know me, my name is Lindsay Greeley, and I just want to start off by thanking y'all for this opportunity, for the scholarship, and I was not there at the scholarship dinner. I couldn't make it that day, but I just want to say thank y'all so much for this opportunity. I've learned a lot, and I want to focus on one thing in particular that I've learned through the ambassador program, and that's that I'm the face that the first time these students that are coming to see the college that they're seeing. Their experience they might not want to go to college. Their parents may be making them do the tour, you know. I know I was not supposed to come to Weatherford College. I was supposed to go to Tarleton. When their nursing program got discredited, I kind of had to reshape my plan. And Grant was actually the one that gave me my tour, and honestly, that was the best college tour I've ever had. And he's probably the one that made me want to come to Weatherford College. So that's really important to me, to get that peer-to-peer, a student-to-student interaction with the tours, because I feel like when you make it feel like you're their friend and that they can relate to you, I feel like that's important coming into a college. And that's probably my most important thing that's happened to me, and I just want to say thank you.
Are there any closing questions or remarks? Yes, sir.
Every high school, probably every high school in these 5 counties that Weatherford College serves
Yes, sir.
has a college days. Are these ambassadors involved in those college days at these high schools?
So not yet, but that was a part of what's to come. Our vision for them is to introduce more peer-to-peer networking at these local schools. I did take a few of these students. Who went with me? Was it Jackie? Yeah, me and Jackie made a visit down. What school was that? Glenrose?
No, it was.
I don't know. We visited a school down the campus, and I saw the impact of having a student. I let Jackie interact with the students more than I did, and I could see the spark in their eye compared to talking to somebody like myself. And I thought it was definitely going to be the new initiative. I talked to Adam about it. We've talked about introducing more students on these campus visits and tours. So the vision will be to do that. Yes, sir.
Do they have any kind of uniform, blazer, anything that tells strangers, other students, that they are ambassadors?
Yes, sir. So that fancy name badge you got on, they all have one of those. Miss Macy has a blazer on today. Haley, do you want to stand up and show your blazer and name badge? There you go. So she has hers on today.
Do they wear these to the high schools?
Yes, sir.
If they go?
Yes, sir. If they're working a community event, or if they're going out into the community or the local high school, they're required to dress as such with a name badge and a blazer.
Yeah, we want everybody to know.
Absolutely. We're proud
They
of it.
belong to us.
That's right. Yes, sir. Are there any other questions I can answer?
They were all stunning at the dinner the other night. They did a tremendous job representing this school.
Thank you. Well, the last remark I have, if you guys know of any talent on campus, or if you have any peers that are coming to Weatherford College, any friends that you believe would be a great fit for our program, it's tough to get into, but I'd love a recommendation.
Well, I'd like to make one last remark of congratulations to you, Grant Mills, not only on the success of our student ambassador program, but Mr. Mills this past week passed his comprehensive examinations for his master's degree in educational leadership. He's in the process of applying for his doctorate in ed leadership, so we're very proud of you and your accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grant. I think we're now down to item number 8 on future agenda items and meetings. Dr. Farmer?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next month, we will be bringing to you the 2023-2024 financial audit, as well as the 2025-2026 academic calendar.
Thank you, sir. Item number 9. Mr. Baker, would you give us some announcements, please?
Happy to, sir. In your packet, you see a long list of events. I won't hit all of them for you right now. We do have a concert tonight with Dr. Haeyong Song, our master pianist. That's at 7 o'clock. We have our Baseball Boosters Sporting Clay Shoot tomorrow. That was rescheduled from last week because of weather. We do have the Coyote Chase Race, 5K and 1 mile run. It's the 31st annual Coyote Chase Race. That is this coming Saturday. And the start will be up in front of the Alkeck Center for the first time. Thanksgiving break is coming up. As you know, we have multiple basketball games coming up. President Farmer already mentioned the Volleyball National Tournament. There's a jazz orchestra concert December the 2nd. That's Hope for the Holidays. We're going to have a special ribbon cutting on December the 4th. As you know, we partnered with the city of Weatherford to extend the Town Creek Trail behind Stewart Field and Roger Williams Ballpark, and we will have a ribbon cutting at the footbridge right in the middle of that new section of trail at 2 o'clock on December the 4th. We'd love board members and anyone to be there that day. Choir concert that same evening, and then Handel's Messiah on December the 16th. That's all I have.
Thank you, Brent, very much. We're now to the point where the board will enter into a closed session to deliberate real property matters and to deliberate employee matters as well. So we are in recess at 1:05 p.m. It's now 1:51 PM of November the 14th, 2024. We're back in session after having conducted the closed portion of our meeting with regard to the items I previously stated. We're now down to item number 11, consideration and possible action on real property, and this will be a revisitation of the earlier agenda item number 6 regarding the acreage. And I think my vice chairman has a motion for us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I make a motion that the Board of Trustees accept the proposal submitted by Peak Development Partners for the purchase of 5.063 acres of vacant land on West BB Fielder Road for the price of $2,250,000, and authorize Dr. Tall Allen Farmer to negotiate, enter into, and execute all documents pertaining thereof, as well as reject the 3 other proposals as presented in agenda item number 6.
Thank you for that motion. Is there a second to the motion?
A second.
And all in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. It's a unanimous, so approved. We're now down to agenda item number 12 with regard to possible action on employment evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of public officers or employees, and we do not have any action items under that agenda point today, which brings us to item number 13. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please raise your hand. We are adjourned. How's that, Mary Beth?